So we're gonna see how this works with Barry Sanders. Look at me, getting huge and I'm knocking people over. Oh my goodness, Barry Sanders is still going. Look at that stiff arm, trying to take this thing all the way. I am out of stamina. Am I gonna make it? So I am on this brand new game called Wild Card Football that is available right now. Xbox, PlayStation, Nintendo Switch, and PC. While this tutorial is playing in the background, I'm going to give you an overview of what this game is all about, and then I'm really going to dive deep into pretty much every aspect that I can think of, okay? So to start off, Wild Card Football, the makers of Playgrounds. You remember the basketball version? I was in that game. Wild Card Football mixes extreme 7-on-7 action with bombastic moves, style, and energy. There are current NFL players and legends in this game. You can take them, mix them in, create your own ultimate dream squad. Customize logos, uniforms, playbooks, etc. The reason the game is called Wild Card Football, because you are actually able to use cards during gameplay. They can definitely change the course of the action, special power-ups, rule-breaking abilities, special moves, and there's like 150 wild cards in the game. So it's gonna be very interesting getting to know all of these. So from the main menu, you see there's exhibition games, season mode, there's actually a leaderboard, competitive online multiplayer with crossplay, and you can also challenge your friends from home in local multiplayer. But the mode that I really want to focus on today is going to be called Dream Squad. Now this is your team building game mode. We're going to go into this bad boy right now, and I'm going to try to take you step by step. Oh, wait a minute. They talk about packs. The pack addict is itching to open up these packs.
There's QJB.
Hey, even Chris Berman knows what time it is, you feel me? He is the voice of Wild Card Football, so be on the lookout. You know, hey, he was always one of my favorite commentators. And look at me opening up these packs. So we are getting a J.K. Dobbins along with some other things. I'm going to try to explain to you some of the stuff that we are getting right here, right now. Of course, you know what the players are, but we are also getting vanity items such as those pants, the helmet, and we are getting wild cards, that turtle speed. So we're going to be able to go through and customize everything about our team, the playbook, the logo, the uniform, the wild cards that we are going to use, etc. So these were basically like standard packs. I am going to open up some better ones later on in the video, but this was right when we went to the game mode. They were giving us some things to open up, and I'm like, okay, let's keep on going. Welcome to the team editor. It's time to choose a good name, logo, colors, all that good stuff, because we are actually going to be able to use this squad online. So there are offline and online modes when you are playing Dream Squad. And you see right now, I really don't have many logos that I can choose from. So you do unlock these from opening up more packs. And if you go through and play some games, you will be rewarded more packs. Or I'm assuming you can just hit up the store like your boy QJB does a lot of the times and purchase some. But check out the uniform settings. Now that we have our logo and all that good stuff, we are able to come in and look at the uniforms. Now you can do this piece by piece, like the helmet, jersey, pants, cleats, etc. Or you can just choose like one of the preset uniforms that you have that is basically like a whole set. You'll see exactly what I'm talking about here in a second. But I was looking at this stuff, I was amazed because I had no idea that you were able to do all this on Wild Card Football. Like, I've been keeping an eye on the game on social media and seeing what they have been posting, but I did not know that the game was this deep, okay? And once I get into the actual gameplay, you'll see even how more fun this becomes. So I'm checking out the shoes, and then I realize that I have all of these uniforms that I could use. Look at that one right there. I like the disco football, I think, man. That one was looking pretty fly. And you get all these uniforms if you have the Ultimate Edition of the game. You get a lot of extra uniforms and things that you can use when you're out here on this Dream Squad game mode. So I am going to go with that disco football for now. I was really feeling that one. And once you pick your uniform, then you're able to mess around with like the color scheme. And they give you plenty of colors that you can come around here and mess with. You know, you shouldn't find another team that really looks like you online unless, you know, someone done copied you on stream or a video or something like that. Anywho, we have our city name. We're gonna go with Indianapolis. We have our team name. Now the uniform, you can actually use either the team uniform or your players can come out in what they normally wear. And the stadium, you can choose between these. And you see we still have more that we are able to unlock. So I'm gonna go with Nashville right now. So what's next? We are ready to move forward. They want us to go through and check out our roster. So when we are in the roster editor, you see there's either offense or defense. I'm gonna go on offense right now and see what we're looking like. Of course, you know there's 7 players on the field. And we have some legends in the lineup right now. Dan Marino, Barry Sanders. So these legacy players were given to you as part of the pre-order bonus. Even Jerry Rice. And you see they are low rated, so you are able to upgrade your players and make them better as time goes along. Now, as far as our defense, yeah, we're still not looking too great. We are definitely gonna have to play some games and make sure that we upgrade these players. So moving on, your team is ready. Well, not quite. We still have a few more things that I want to do before I get into that main gameplay. Checking out our collection. This is the main menu from Dream Squad. And you see here is where you can open up packs, check all the cards that you've collected, and even trade cards for new ones. So I didn't even know you could do all that, but we're gonna check that out in a minute. So if I'm checking out my team and my players, every one that I own is listed here right now, and I'm able to go through and customize any one of these guys if I really want to. And if I hit the RB button, right bumper, it changes from the team uniform to like the player uniform. So as I mentioned before, the player uniform is what the player actually wears if they're not on your team. You know what I mean? And I can go in and edit every single aspect of these guys when it comes to what they are wearing as far as uniform or the celebrations that they even perform while they're on the field. So as far as Jerry Rice, I really didn't want to, you know, change up too much about him because it is Jerry Rice. But I wanted to show you that you do have the ability to come over here and customize the players as well. So not only can you do the uniforms and all that, but we can go a step further and change his celebration. So when we're on the field, if we get a nice little touchdown and all that, you see we can pick one of these and equip them to Jerry Rice, which is really, really cool. And if you haven't noticed, everything in the game has tiers. There's like common, you know, rare, legendary. And now I'm going in checking out my vanities. Now this includes everything except players and wild cards. So our celebrations are here, our uniforms are here, our shoes, all that good stuff. And we can come in and actually trade these for tickets. We're gonna get into trading here in a second. But when I'm checking out my wild cards, this is how you can see everything that you own. You can see the ability that each card has, whether it's used on offense or defense, and the energy that it costs to use it. So I'm actually trading in some low tier wild cards for tickets. Now, if you get tickets, you go over to trade cards and you're able to trade in your tickets for anything that you see up here as long as you have enough. So I'm like, oh man, they got a legendary Devontae Adams out here, but he costs 1,500 tickets. So I would have to trade in some really significant stuff in order to acquire that card. And you see some of these wild cards, the legendary ones, actually some of them are pretty cheap. So you would be able to trade in something that you really don't need. Oh, look, they got the gritty up here, brother. I like that. So you're able to trade in tickets for pretty much everything in the game. You have logos, celebrations, all that good stuff. So I have a few more packs to open up. I realized I had these from getting the Ultimate Edition, I believe. So I'm gonna open up these legendary packs. And we are getting some really good stuff right now. You see this? Fresh breath. That's going to be a nice wild card. Quentin Nelson to block on our O-line. And I have a couple more of these to open up. I was really hoping that I got some really cool wild cards to show off in the gameplay. Tractor Beam is going to be one. Literally, the picture is exactly what that is. There's going to be UFOs on the field. So I actually have timestamps throughout this video if you wanted to skip straight to the gameplay. You see that down on the bar or in the description, okay? So my last legendary pack, we're getting Colossus. And I already know this is gonna be one of my favorite wild cards in the game. You're gonna see exactly why. Well, you might have seen at the beginning a little bit why. So I wanted to go through and see if I'm able to change up my logo and all that real quick because I did open up those packs. You see I have a lot more things unlocked than from the beginning when I first went into Dream Squad. And I'm gonna get right now, bro. We are really gonna come up with what we wanna look like. Now, before I get into that gameplay, we're gonna check out the wild card decks. This is where you can edit your deck and get it ready to go out there and play against your opponent, okay? So you can add different wild cards, you can take some away, and you see there are several different types of wild cards. You're gonna start with modifiers, then you have your rule breakers, and then you have your specials, which are gonna be the craziest cards that you can play out there on the field. So I was really surprised on how deep this game was. I had no idea you'd be able to do all this with your wild cards, coming out here and making your own deck, making a playbook, creating your team, customizing everything. And I'm checking out what these abilities are going to be on these cards. Of course, I'm going to put Colossus up there. And Cloak Ball, you're actually invisible when you have that one equipped. So these cards are also separated into offense and defense. On the defensive side of the ball, I wanted to use this Tractor Beam. This is one of the ones that I just got from that legendary pack. We are gonna add it to our deck right here, right now. And hopefully, we'll be able to see that bad boy in action when we get to that game. So now playbooks. I'm like, oh my gosh, dude. All the stuff that you can do in this game, you can customize a playbook as well. I'm not gonna get too deep into this at the moment because I really wanna play the game, all right? So one final thing is the game modes in Dream Squad. Of course, quick game, you're gonna be online head-to-head against another opponent. If you go into a league, it's kind of like seasons, except you're in Dream Squad. You are trying to move up in these divisions, but if you get defeated, you lose clash points. So you see, you have to defeat your opponents to move up in the division. But the mode that I really want to focus on today is gonna be Tour. And we are going into that right now. So this is like the single player experience on Dream Squad. So this first game shouldn't be too challenging, hopefully. We are going up against the Fayetteville Cacti. Wait, they talking about Fayetteville, North Carolina, brother? Hey, let me find out. But you see, you can choose your playbook, you can choose the deck that you want, the uniform, and then you can get ready to kick this bad boy off. So a quick look at the controls, and then I am ready to get it popping. Let's hear from Chris Berman real quick. Let's get it!
We're expecting madness and mayhem today. Maybe even some kung fu treachery. These teams will pull out all stops just to win.
And I'm taking a play home too.
So you see, we have our uniform. We have the field that we picked to play on. We have the colors and all that good stuff. And we are ready to go against our first opponent here on Wild Card Football. So I've been hyped for this moment. I'm not even going to lie to you. The coin toss is automatic, and the Cacti are going to get the ball first. So we're ready to kick this bad boy off. On the kickoff, we're not using any cards, as you see. And over to the bottom left, or the left side of the screen, you see the controls for that particular play. So I think that's a really big help, especially if you're new at the game like me. I needed all the help that I could get because I had no idea what to expect. But we're going to get through this together, right? So the very first play, you see we're able to select a card. And based on that card that we are hovering over, it shows the players on the field that it will affect. So we are given plus 50% speed to our corners. And our opponent used plus 50 stamina on the whole team, basically right there. So a quick reminder, you see that's where the energy points are going to show up. Each card has the energy cost on it, and you have to pay attention to the 3 different types of cards: the modifiers, the rule breakers, and the specials. Feel free to pause that so you can get, a little bit of breakdown on which one does what. So I'm actually going to skip this turn from using a card because I was trying to save up my energy. So you can do it that way. And you can also basically discard a card from your hand. If you don't want that one and you want to try to get something better, I'll show you how that works as well. But we held him to a punt. Oh, wait a minute, I'm still up. I am trying to run this punt back, but I fumbled. We still scoop it up. I'm running, folks. Oh my goodness! If that is any indication of what this game is gonna be about, I am all for it. So I'm on offense, okay? I'm checking out my run plays. I'm gonna call a run, but I'm actually gonna discard one of my wild cards. Oh wow, look what popped up. Cloak ball ended up showing up. And I have enough energy to use that one. So what that does is whoever has the ball will turn invisible, as you see. Pretty cool ability. I'm hitting it with a stiff arm. And they actually have replay mode in this game. I was like, oh boy. Why did they have to put replay mode in here? You know how I am when it comes to replays. I'm going to be in there at least 20 minutes after a big play to try to get all the angles and all that good stuff. So I can use turtle speed on the defense. That's what I did. It is going to decrease their speed by 50%. So keep in mind, you can counter these. So if the, oh my goodness! Cut that music off! You better not have been singing the user! But as I was saying, if they were to use super speed, while I use turtle speed on them, it basically would have canceled out, But I'm going to put speed on my linebackers right now, and I'm going to user one of them because I'm trying to get this ball right back. Wait a minute. Oh, he's breaking a tackle. Throw it in deep. Give me that. The user. I had to come right back and get that thing. Putting my offense. Oh man, Colossus has popped up. I am gonna save my energy until I have enough to use that wild card. That is one that I have my eye on and one that I have been wanting to use. So we're gonna see how that goes. I still can't use it, bro. Hey, not enough energy, so I'm gonna skip another turn without using a wild card to save my energy, and I'm trying to get that first down. Oh boy, but I am taken down. I have a 4th and 1. I feel like this will be the perfect opportunity to use this. Now this card, you actually have to trigger it. So when I'm on the field, I have to hit the right bumper when I'm ready to in order to grow into a giant, alright? So we're gonna see how this works with Barry Sanders. Look at me! Getting huge and I'm knocking people over! Oh my goodness! Barry Sanders is still going! Look at that stiff arm! Trying to take this thing all the way! I am out of stamina! Am I gonna make it? We get the touchdown! If there was a Sports Center top 10 that Chris Berman could commentate, hey, I want to hear him commentate that play right there, bro. You know what I'm saying? Oh my goodness. My first game out here on Wild Card Football, and I'm doing something absolutely insane. So I'm trying to go for 2, but I am not going to get it. But I could not get over that Colossus run by that boy Barry Sanders. That is what Wild Card Football is all about. And I'm kicking it off. I'm going to be on defense now. Almost made a little field goal right there. That would have been kind of dope. But you see what I'm able to do right now. You get the concept of how this game is played. It really is more strategy involved than you think. The gameplay does matter, as you see I'm blowing that play up. And I like to try to save some of my energy, so I am discarding a couple of these. But when you discard a card, you still use some of your energy there at the top. So keep that in mind. Oh, he's trying to throw it deep. No! CJ, if you throw my way, I am gonna make you pay. That's exactly what I do. Back on offense, I'm about to go with this strongman wild card. Plus 50% strength. And you see the CPU actually use 2 wild cards at once. So yeah, you can use multiples. I'm trying to get that thing up the middle. Rumbling, bubbling, stumbling with that strength. Like I was throwing elbows and everything before I got body slammed, you know. So this down, I'm going to go with marksman because I know I want to try to throw the ball. It is going to make me 50% more accurate. But the card that my opponent played is going to make my arm 50% weaker. But we are still able to make that completion, and we are trying to score again. So I know there are some games that you play within wildcard football that you are unable to use the wild cards. Yes. I think my next game in the tour is actually like that. But right now, we have these wild cards, and while I had these bad boys, I am going to use them. So I'm trying to score here on 4th and goal with 8 seconds left in the first half. Right up the middle with Barry Sanders, and we get it. That's what I'm talking about, baby. You know I'm still going for 2. And you know I got to do what I got to do. We ain't trying to come out here and kick field goals. So let's see if I'm able to get this 2-point conversion. Oh, man. We do not get it, but it's going to take us to halftime.
It's been a very exciting first half. These teams are strong.
So far, the Fayetteville Cacti have done nothing on offense. And keep in mind, this is the first game in the tour mode, so I figured it would be, you know, a little easier, I was hoping. So I could come out here and get used to everything. Look at that juke move. We are out here looking like the Matrix, aren't we? Yo, I am digging that. I told you I'm going to be in this replay mode. So I'm using super speed on my running back. I am going to try to run it here with Barry Sanders. And let's see if that speed will help. Oh, man, they are all over me that time. So once you get on this wild card football, I want to know what your favorite wild cards are to use. You see I'm adding speed to everybody right here. I'm about to try to take a deep shot to Jerry Rice. He is wide open. They underestimated how fast he is. And we are going to get in there for the score. You see we pulled off that celebration that we ended up equipping to Jerry Rice earlier on in the video. So I'm trying to punch in this 2 points right up the gut, and we get it. So far our team is looking really good. We are over here flexing. I'm kicking the ball off again. Let's see if I can get it right through the field goal post this time. Yeah, boy. And they should give us like a point for that or something, right? That would be kind of dope. But I'm back on defense. I wanted to see another cool ability pop up, so hopefully Tractor Beam will be that one. I want to see those UFOs pop up on... Oh, man. I don't have enough energy, dude. And they are kicking a field goal right now. Wow, he actually missed that bad boy.
This ain't right. Come on, man.
Teammates are mad and everything. So I figured I wanted to try to score here really quick so I could get back on defense and try to use that Tractor Beam wild card. So here I am, a little fake, throwing that thing deep with that speed. We are hitting that boy Rice yet again. He is out here having a field day at this point. And I am here on the 2-point conversion. I'm not going to use any wild cards this time. I am just trying to throw this thing to the end.
QJB, you're terrible.
I know some of y'all going to try to get me in the comments for that one. But now Tractor Beam is available. So what it does, it adds a swarm of UFOs to the field. And if the ball carrier runs into one of them, it is basically going to teleport them backward and have them lose yardage. So let's see what's going to happen here. He caught the ball. Look at that. He ran into one of my UFOs and ended up losing yards on the play. Is crazy. It actually took him back from about the 30 all the way to the 10, so he ended up losing around 20 yards total, but only 4 yards from scrimmage, you know what I'm saying? So wild stuff that we have going on here. There's only like 39 seconds left in the game, so we know we have this one locked up. I'm just trying to get a little more practice, you know, trying to get a couple tackles, maybe an interception. But we definitely have this one locked up. I had a lot of fun playing this game. And check it out. I'm actually going to try to kick a field goal here just to see how it is. And, you know, we got to cover the point spread, brother. And, you know, people betting on us right now. We got to make sure that we cover the spread. So I'm going to kick this field goal. Pretty self-explanatory how to do that. And it is going to be good. So wild card football, the 7-on-7, high-octane, non-stop, action-packed gameplay. Look, I'm trying to kick a little onside kick here, too. It looks like you'll actually be able to, you know, get some of these successfully if I would have timed it right. But we're going to walk out of here with a W. So make sure you check out Wild Card Football. I have a link down in the description. Single player season mode, online competitive head-to-head with cross-play, 150 wild cards to turn the tide of the game in your favor. And of course, you know we're on this Dream Squad. Customized logos, uniforms, color, stadium, playbook, wild card decks, etc. Ooh, we getting a couple packs to open up too. You know I'm happy about that. So I'll be back with some more soon. Drop a like and subscribe if you have not yet. And take me out of here, Siri!
That's nasty. Peace.